back, guys. I'm Mellowseven. This is Football Manager 2018. We're in our Journeyman save, and we are with HBK, the Swans, in Denmark. So last game, we played against the potential number 3 in the league, previewed team number 3 of the league, Holsinger. This week we have AC Horsens. They're expected to win the league. Now, they did just play a match a couple days ago. If we take a look at our calendar here, we can see that we've got a stretch here where we play, can we go one more week up? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 matches within 8 days. They, by the way, just played Sunday, and they lost to a team they shouldn't lose to. So they've only had 2 days off between matches, and they've got to go again. So they're going to be tired. It is at their house. Now, let's talk a little bit about how the league play is going to work. So, Danish First League runs in 3 periods. There are 12 teams. So each period we play 11 games for a total of 33. This means you are not going to play an even number of home and away games. You can't. You're playing an odd number of games. It also means that you don't play each team an equal number of home and away. So we have AC Horsens twice away, but only once at home. So the number 1 team in the league, the team that we're going to be chasing or fighting with all season for the championship, we have the disadvantage. We have to go to their house twice. They only have to come to ours once. So very interesting kind of asymmetric type of system set up there. So never done anything like this one. We'll see how it goes. It took me a little while to figure out exactly what was going on. But that's how it's going to go. So, by the way, Horsens lost to Vendasil here, FF. I'm not sure where they're supposed to finish. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what the preview was. Okay, they're supposed to be decent. 5th place. So that's not embarrassing. It's not like, losing to AB or Thisted or something like that. Not embarrassing, guys, if you lose to those. But you're not predicted in 2022 to be top of the league. So, yeah. So I think there's that. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at our analysis really quick, see how that's changed things. 10-2 now. That counted as a similar rated team, so gave us 2 for and 1 against. We'll see how that goes. We're still doing just fine with that. Let's take a look at roster here. We need to take a look at that too. Roster, we're going to have a couple of key backup players for us, both of which have been injured up to this point. One of which is Marko Davidovic. We've already talked a little bit about him. He's going to be the backup defensive right, and maybe just a rotation player, maybe not even backup. We'll see how it goes. Another one is going to be Magnus Hauser here. Now, neither of these players is fully fit. They're only good for 45 minutes today. I think I'm going to leave him on the bench today. Magnus Hauser is currently out of contract. He was somebody's contract expired who I did not put a lot of money into. Now, I think we're going to sign him now that we've got a little bit more cash again, assuming he doesn't want a huge pay raise. We're paying him right now, so he's on the books sort of now, but he's out of contract. He's got great first touch, good long shots, passing techniques, so technicals are good. I let him go initially because his physicals aren't very good. He's 24, and they cap out at 10. None of them are spectacular. But he's got good leadership, decent off the ball, and good vision. So he's a creative player, and he can play we can play him anywhere up front, really. We can play him in mid-center, either the left or the right, or striker. So anything in the front half. And in fact, we could just play him mid-center too. So 6 positions, 5 positions for us. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 positions. He can play 6 positions on the pitch for us right now. I think that's fine. I think we keep him. And like I say, right now he's out of contract. We'll see about this. I'm not going to mess with it. We'll let the head office deal with his contract. He'll take it or not, but right now he's out of contract. So, but I think he's going to be good for us. He's been injured quite a bit, but I think he'll fill in. I think that's about it. I said I'd like to see a lot more Jurgen here, but man, Bond is going to be so good. Look at our last 5 games. Look at that. 7-7, 7-8, 7-4, 7-6, 8-3, 7-7, 7-9, 8, 8-6-3. I mean, my God, guys, we've just been tearing it up. Squad dynamics. I think that's the other thing we need to cover here at the beginning of the season. Decent match cohesion, despite the fact that we let so many people go and we brought in a number of people, 4 or 5 people for the first team. So pretty happy to see the match cohesion still is good. Locker room atmosphere is very good. We've played well all season. We haven't had any losses, so that works for us. Leadership support, waiting to see which direction will take the club. Okay, that's fine. So that's something that's just going to work itself out as we go. We expect that when you take over a club. Nobody really knows what they're getting yet. That's fine. Failing to positively influence number players. We're going to get working on that too. One of the things I like to do, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it quite yet. Let's look through the rest of this first. Team hierarchy, we do have Vogelmuth as our team leader, Larson as an influential player. These are our two mid centers right here, by the way, guys. So I got 3 players that support me, 1 that opposes me, oddly enough, our striker. I don't know what it is about Serbian and Croat strikers that they all hate me. I don't know. They all do though, right? Every single one of them has opposed me. Okay, social groups. Let's take a look at that real fast. We do have 4 players here, all players that we've recently brought in that don't quite fit in with anything yet. Well, I think these are ones that the defensive or that our general managers brought in. Nicholson. This is the only one I brought in, but he'll end up here. As in, I think this is influential. These are other. Isn't that how it works? Yeah, influential. So he'll find a spot. So we're doing okay there. Happiness is okay. You can see that we're doing great. Now, one of the things I can do is you can come here, and I think it's under my training. I downloaded these. These are work the spaces things, and he's very good technically. I recommend you watch some of his stuff. Anyway, he's built these. He's got this training squad view here, and we can take a look at performance. I don't know why I don't just add this to my normal screen, because this is all I look at. So I come in here and I find everybody whose arrow is kind of, at 1:30, 2 o'clock, whatever that is, and up, and I praise them for their training performance. So we come over here to Mikkel Vogelmuth, and we would go speak about praise player, praise training level. Okay. So, and I just say, keep it up if you want to be first team. Now, sometimes you've got players that have been complaining about not getting first team, and you have to be a little bit careful with that. What you can do for them is, see, we're not unable to let him because he hasn't been here long enough. So just kind of work our way up and see how many of these it lets us do it. Praise player, praise training level. You could do this. Your training hasn't gone unnoticed. I want to tell you how impressed I am. Because otherwise they'll be like, oh, well, maybe you should take that into account when you pick your starting lineup. You may have just praised 23 players for their training, and they may be the bottom one of it, but they're still going to be jerks about it. So, because they're football players. So praise last game, and that was Lindstrom, so it won't let us do that. I don't think we're going to be able to do this one, because, oh, it does, oddly enough. Yep. See, if you look good, if you took, see, I do. I just take other things into account as well, buddy. Speak about praise training level. So you do get that. But this, generally speaking, boosts mood, although we don't really need it right now. But it also gives us that positive interaction with the player. Praise training level. And then what I usually do is I also go through maybe on the 15th of the month to kind of spread them out. And I'll go through and look at everybody. Praise training level. And we'll come back just to our regular view here. And I use the Loki Doki Ultimate Squad view here generally. And I'll look at last 5 games. Oops, and we'll sort by that. And I'll go through and I'll praise people for their form as well. And that gives me one more positive interaction with those players. So our moods were already pretty spectacular. Well, let's go ahead. I mean, that's a lot of... I'll do it off camera, but we'll do it next game. I'll do it before the next game, or shortly. I'll go through and I'll praise all these guys for that as well. You've got some additional ones. You can come here and you can, if you've got somebody that whose mood is in the dumps and you just don't have anything legitimate to praise them about, you can speak about and praise them for their conduct. Anybody. Ambassadorial duties, you can talk about stuff like that for those guys too, especially your captains and stuff. They're a really good one to do to praise the conduct. But if you have somebody who you just don't have something else you can praise them about, but their mood is stinky and you're just trying to get it up, just praise them about their conduct. Just say, hey, look, you're a credit to the team. You've carried yourself very well. I like the way you go about business, and they'll say thanks. You can't do it all the time. You can't do it every 3 days or anything. But if you got one guy who's dragging everything down, then you can do that. So let's go on. Team selection, no changes. We're just going to run with what we've got here because this is number 1 in the league. We're going to run our starters. We're not going to rotate anybody for this one yet. I think that's fine. And we'll go ahead and submit our team and see what we get going on. Did we not give him a number last time? Pretty sure we did. Okay. So no change there. Oh, 2 people with a 9 rating. We are stupid good, guys. This is just, now granted, we beat up on 3 lower division teams. But my gosh, I'm so excited. Challenge team to pick up where they left off. Like I said, this guy gives good speeches. I think he's gonna be fine. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see what happens today. So we are in their house against supposedly the best team in the league. We get it up to Miklic. Now he's target man, so he's going to hold it up. Pause. Feeds it up to Bond. Okay. Bond gets it back into the middle. I kind of wish he... Okay, then we're going to take it up. There we go. And there's Buus. Look at that. He's the defensive guy, and he's way across, and he took the shot. Oh, I love watching Buus. This guy's... When we park the bus, we park it in front of their goal. Okay, that's how we park the bus. It's going to be the exact opposite. But did you see how much farther forward he was than everybody else on the pitch? I think our mid left was the only one keeping pace with him. Just craziness. And that would be Kramer, by the way, is the mid left. I think. Yeah, so 2 and 3. Oh no, they gave Buus number 5 in this. I thought he was 2. Who's 2? I could have sworn last night he was number 2. I think it's changed his number at some point. I don't know why. Fairly slow. They've had the most shots. We've had a clear-cut chance, though. Not a whole lot going on in this match. Now, again, we play really attacking. So it's not going to be rare for us to be low on possession. Although, again, I think we're a good enough team that it may not matter. Appreciate their efforts. Okay. Nobody's playing terrible here. I think we run with it. Hagel's probably our last. I did change his nickname. Yeah, so this might be a match where we would be better off with our backup in, going a little less attacking. But I think we go with it. I mean, our one big chance was him, so... Now, we may have had 4 or 5 more chances if he wasn't so crazily upfield instead of back where he needs to be. But, well, I won't say that. He's where we told him to be, so he is where he needs to be. But if he was back in a more traditional location... Now, we've got 12 teams, so 11 other teams to see. I'm going to try... Oh, that was terrible. Well, that wasn't terrible, I guess. It just wasn't great. It would have been nice if Miklic would have got that. I'm going to try to kind of see a different team each time. I don't know that we're going to play 11 games for this season out of the 33. That's a lot. But I'd like to make sure that we don't repeat teams if we don't have to. Oh, there we go. Bond's got it. He again plays way... he should have held on to that just a little bit longer. Got, I think, Kramer coming up there on the left. Shots are equaling out. 5 shots, only 2 on target this time. We have 1 clear cut, 1 half. They have not had any clear cut yet. About half their shots have been long shots as well, which is interesting because we're not, like I say, we're not the hardest team to break down defensively here. All right, there we go. Miklic has it again, charging up, gets it out to Bond on the right. Bond's going to take it up. He's got a charging Miklic in the middle. Oh! And Buus came flying through with the header for that. He stole the header away from our target man. That is awesome. It should have gone to him because we probably would have scored if Miklic would have got that, to be honest. But how can you not love that? That guy runs. He is going to put in the most miles, I think, every week. I don't see any other way around it. Lidstrom is a little bit tired. Now, we have a spectacular young kid on the bench here, Pierre Kjaersgaard. Look at Kjaersgaard. I think he's going to be really, really good for us. He's only 20 years old. Great first touch. Crossing is pretty good. Great decisions, some flair, some leadership, some vision. And he's fast. Good technique, too. I mean, we got room on both the technicals and the mentals to improve a little bit. But he's only 20 years old. I think we put him in here. Again, we got to pay attention. This is going to be a long season. And we've got a bunch of games right away. Jesper's down to 70%, and he's going to be a star player for us. Is there anybody else we want to put in? How good is Henrik? I haven't really looked too much. Good first touch. He's fast. He's got some flair. He's not terrible. I think we put him in for Kramer, who hasn't been spectacular for us today. He hasn't been bad. Hagel's really been the worst of the bunch today. I don't really have... Kramer's our backup for Hagel. That's our biggest... We've got more mid-left. We don't necessarily have it here, but we've got some on the bench. We've got good mid-left backup. But I don't have much defensive left. So we do really need to be careful about that position. Hagel's going to be very important for us because he's really he's it. You know, like I say, he's the main guy we have back there. So he's also probably the worst player on the team in the starting 11. But oddly enough, still going to be a linchpin for us. So we'll see how it goes. I apologize. These aren't the most exciting matches that we've seen so far, but I felt, this was going to... That's going to be a stupid goal to lose on. That's not Bus's fault. That just deflects off. He doesn't kick it. He doesn't do anything. He punched it in. That should have been a handball. He just turned to cover his face and it bounced off of him. That's a stupid way to lose this one. Lost it on an old goal in extra time. Let's clear this one away. And that should be game. Oh my gosh, that's gut-wrenching. To play so well and to lose it on such a stupid goal. Is what it is. I don't have a problem with that. I'm going to say, despite the result, there we go. We appreciate their efforts. I think we live with that. That's not terrible. All right, I'm going to play some more games. I expect this video to go up the Friday before Christmas. There will be a video on Christmas. It will probably be recorded ahead of time. Well, it'll be recorded over the weekend. Might be recorded in 5 minutes the way things are going. But there will be one. But in case you don't see it, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Hanukkah? I guess it's Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever the holiday festival you have of your choice is. I hope you have a great weekend and Christmas next week. And we will see you guys next time. Cheers.